Yes, I think that this is gonna stay within one touchdown though, Brett. So you're actually gonna find me placing a bet on our Beginners Boulevard. I'm gonna take half a unit on Kansas City 1-6 and half a unit on Tampa Bay 1-6. Kansas City's at plus 340, Tampa Bay's at plus 390, and I'm gonna cover both sides of this because I think the line's pretty fair at -3, Brett. I think both of these teams are going to keep it down to the end, and it could be a late touchdown that decides this game. And if you look at Super Bowls past, there have been 16 Super Bowls that have been decided by 6 points or less. 10 of those have been since 2000. So with those odds, I like the value of the odds that the book's giving right now. So I'm going to play both sides of it right now. I'm not sure who I'm leaning on yet in terms of where I'm going to be with that spread at -3 for the Kansas City Chiefs and +3 for Tampa Bay. But I like the winning margin enough, and I like those odds enough that I think it's going to stay within a touchdown no matter who wins this game.
Yeah, well, I hope you're right, Higgins, because I'd like a close game. That would be great. You mentioned the spreads -3.5, or excuse me, -3. The over under in this one's 56.5. Higgins, do you have any takes on that? I think it's gonna be high scoring, but 56 feels really high.
56.5 does feel pretty high. That's down a point from the opening line that was 57.5. It's the same over-under that we had on last episode at 112. I would lean towards the over.
Yeah, that's where I'm leaning. I think these offenses are gonna put up points. What concerns me a little bit again, Kansas City missing 2 tackles. That's big, I think. And Tampa Bay's got a pretty good pass rush, but it's crazy to think Patrick Mahomes won't be able to move the football.
56.5 though, so that's just over 8 touchdowns, or 8 touchdowns with 1 2-point conversion and every extra point made. That's hard to get to if Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes throws an interception. If one of the running backs has a fumble and turns the ball over. Turnovers could be huge in an over-under that high, because if there's 1 or 2 turnovers per side, that under seems a lot more likely to me.
Yeah, it's tough. I'm leaning over. I want the over, so maybe my heart's a little in it, Higgins. But I'm with you. I think this one's gonna be very close. So I think your bet on the winning margin makes sense, and the odds makers would think it makes sense too, because that 3 is right in the middle of that spread as of that winning margin.
Yes, and I think we're doing the right thing by staying away from it right now in terms of the line with Kansas City -3, because in the coronavirus days right now, who's to say any of these players, as they get to Tampa Bay, as they get ready for everything that goes on with Super Bowl week, doesn't test positive? And if that were to happen, I mean, there were no positive tests last week in the interim week leading up to the Super Bowl. Doesn't mean it can't happen this week, though, and that can have a big effect on a spread depending on who it is. I mean, if Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes test positive, for example, that's game-changing information.
Yeah, except anything is possible.
All right.